Did Twisters need a remake in 2024? The simple answer is no. No, it did not. The original from 1996 was enough. However, this 2024 version is considered a standalone sequel to the original, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels more like a remake. So here's everything you need to know. A retired tornado chaser and meteorologist is persuaded to return to Oklahoma to work with a new team and to test a groundbreaking new tornado tracking system. She soon crosses paths with Tyler Owens, a charming but reckless social media superstar who thrives on posting his storm-chasing adventures online. As the storm season intensifies, Kate, Tyler, and their competing teams find themselves in a fight for their lives. This movie is practically identical with the 1996 version in more ways than one. So much so, I don't think this 2024 version needs to exist. It really doesn't. The thing is, the 1996 version is still pretty good, even by 1996 standards. Glenn Powell is a gorgeous man. But in this film, he was overplaying the charming, confident, smart American cowboy YouTuber way too much. That was just a lot of overacting. I get it. Okay, I get it. He is hot. Really hot, actually. But we're gonna need him to bring it down a notch. It's overacting.
You don't face your fears, you ride them.
And then we've got Daisy Edgar-Jones. Though she's a good actor, I've seen her do some amazing stuff. She was absolutely boring to observe in this film. If you swapped her with Kristen Stewart from Twilight, no one would even notice. They were practically the same person. Now, the character motivations are not as compelling as the 1996 version. In Twister, 1996, a young girl loses her father to tornado, so it makes sense that she grows up obsessed with understanding tornadoes and even becomes a meteorologist. That makes sense. I can see what the character wants. In the 2024 version, they just kind of like chasing tornadoes and studying it, which is cool and all, but it's not a strong story. Also, since the tornadoes are mostly in Oklahoma, why not just simply move over to Texas, or Kansas, or Arkansas, and avoid the whole issue? It's barely even a 2-hour drive away. Now, I know I sound negative, but this film is entertaining if you just want to watch something that you don't have to think too deeply about. However, it feels like it should have gone straight to streaming. I don't feel like people should spend money on this movie, even though the visual effects are gorgeous. They spent over $200 million on it, so it makes sense that it would be. I would be super surprised if they make $200 million back. I hope they do, but I have strong doubts that they will. Now, the only reason the 1996 version worked was because back then, there was only a handful of movies that hit the cinema, so people had fewer choices. However, nowadays, it's just not a particularly interesting story because we could just willy-nilly go on YouTube and watch any documentaries about tornadoes. Tornado chasers are a dime a dozen. Also, I don't know why people chase tornadoes. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this film a 5 out of 10 because it doesn't need to exist at all. But it is entertaining and has a blockbuster feel, but ultimately it lacks enough emotional substance when you really think about it. And that right there is my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments if you loved or hated this movie. I genuinely want to know how others perceived it.